our boundaries, we need to stop forcing ourselves to being okay with what other people are doing around us and how they treat us. It's in their language, their behaviours, and in sometimes their exclusion tactics. Check in with yourself. What interactions make you feel uncomfortable? Are there people around you that are sapping all of your energy with all of their drama? Do people subtly put you down? And that can come through exclusion or just, no, what would you know? No, that's not going to work. Without even taking it on and really looking at it. They're just in that constantly, subtly putting you down and back in your place in some cases. And can you really be fully yourself when you're around other people? And that's probably the big one. The blunt truth is when we put other people's needs ahead of our own and we allow others to treat us with disrespect, our inner calm and our self-respect will elude us. People who really respect you will thank you for your honesty and they will value your true feelings and needs. In some cases, when you're feeling that uncomfortable, just take a moment and just say, just let me check in with myself. Just let me check in. And then calmly express yourself by saying, when you do ... it makes me feel ... That's not putting the onus on them. It's actually your emotions that are being impacted. You're not saying you're doing something wrong, rather than when that happens, it makes me feel like this. And there's a number of boundaries that you can develop and implement. There's physical boundaries, and that refers to your personal space and also physical touch. If you're not a hugger, you're not going to like somebody coming up and giving you a big hug. I ask if I'm going to a network meeting and it may be somebody I've known for quite a while, I'll just say, you still okay for a hug? Or if it's somebody new, you go, are you a hugger or are you a handshaker? Oh, I'm a handshaker. Fine, thank you very much. And you give them a handshake. If they're a hugger, I give them a hug. I'm a hugger. Okay, but I ask permission first because otherwise I'm overstepping their boundary and making them feel uncomfortable. So healthy boundaries, as I said, about teaching children, we also need to have healthy boundaries for ourselves, but also respect other people's boundaries in a healthy way. Intellectual boundaries. Now, this is the respect that you have for other people's ideas and having appropriate discussions. You don't want somebody coming up to you if you're not in the moment and somebody comes up to you with verbal diarrhea and just goes and offloads on you. Just go, hang on a minute, I'm just not in the right space for now. Could we talk about that a little bit later? That's an inappropriate conversation for that person to have without checking in with you first, if it's okay to share all of the things that they want to share. There's emotional boundaries. So having an awareness of other people's feelings, when to share and not share information, and that comes back to that intellectual as well. Sexual boundaries, having a mutual understanding and respect of limitations and desires between partners. So I'm talking personal and business here. Material boundaries, and that refers to money and possessions. Do you have boundaries around where you spend your money, when you spend your money? Do you lend money? Do you borrow money? Do you lend or borrow possessions? Those material boundaries there. And time. Time is a really good boundary. How do you spend your time? Is it the most useful? Is it the most productive? Are you wasting time? And social media, goodness, how many of us waste time on social media? It's generally not productive. It's generally not truth. Sometimes it's good for a laugh and it can be lighthearted, but we can get caught up with social media. Whereas if we put a boundary on our time and go, okay, I'll have 30 minutes on social media every morning, or every evening, whatever it is for you, and that you're done and you can get on with your day.